to my channel. I'm talking about anime talk related stuff, and today I'm going to speak about Uragiri wa Boku wa Namae wa Shitteru. I'm going to call it Urabaku for the rest of the video because the title is way too long. But Urabaku first aired at April 12, 2010 and ended at September 20 the same year. It is written by Odaki Hotaru and it has to do about romance drama, historical, I would even say it's a shonen ai, and it has betrayal as the name suggests. A little bit of betrayal, but not so much. It's the past that it was betrayed when we are just trying to figure out what the hell is going on in the present. Hard time actually understanding what the hell was going on, but it was a very cute thing to watch if you think that the art was very nice. The visual was actually very nice. I really enjoyed the visuals, honestly. I have to say this now. Urabaku was actually my first connection to the shonen ai community and the yaoi stuff. The first thing that I, when I was 13 years old, watched, and honestly, thankfully I watched that as my first shonen ai, and yeah, honestly, I'm very thankful that I started from this one and then I went the degenerate kind of side of the fujoshi. I did not know what the fujoshi was at that time, and I did not know what a yaoi or shonen ai was at that time. So I was watching this and seeing our protagonist Yuki being an orphan and actually living together with this guy, which the name I do not currently remember, but he was living with this guy too, and Yuki felt him being as his own big brother. Also, Yuki has that strange ability where if he touched someone, he could see their pain and sad memory, stuff like that, which means that he was an introvert, the worst example of introvert. He was afraid to touch any single human being, and he really did not want to be close to them because it would feel that he was prying to someone's problems, which honestly, technically, he did kind of meddle with them because he found out what the pain was, and I would definitely not want to be touched by Yuki. Yeah, but Yuki actually felt the pain and he was a miserable creature. Yeah, he was a little bit miserable because honestly, just from the looks of it, you can understand how weak he is. He needs to be dependent by other people, so that was what happens. One day when he's about to leave the orphanage, he has a note where it says, "Go die, you know, Shine," stuff like that. And he's like, oh, another note of bullying. He goes out, and he was almost killed if it weren't for this handsome, this handsome demon that his name is Luca. So Luca saves Yuki and he sends him to a place where they explain to him that he belongs to the Yo clan, which has been living for a long time, and they're actually fighting the Duras. What attacked Yuki in the crossroad that he was passing and was saved by Luca was actually a low-born Duras, and Luca was saving him at that moment because they're actually protecting him since he was born. So yes, they take Yuki there, they explain him what the hell are the Duras, that Luca is actually an opus and he betrayed his own clan for Yuki's past reincarnation. So Luca is literally having emotion for Yuki's previous reincarnation, but he cannot really forget her, and for one reason he sees a resemblance from her to Yuki. Yeah, the shonen ai elements, here they come. So yes, for one reason I was justifying that he had still feelings for the previous reincarnation of Yuki, and that he had still lingering feelings for her, and that he saw in Yuki his previous lover. Of course, I would actually, justify that. I'm like, yes, of course he would. He loved her. Of course that he will have a strong attachment to her. So Yuki, like every kind of character, he at first is like, no, I cannot really accept my fate, but honestly then he understands that that's true, and the dude that he thought as a big brother for all those years turns out to be the first one to betray the Yo clan and the first one to betray him in personal, when the first Yo, it's big history. So yes, he is actually the first betrayal of the Yo clan, and he betrayed Yuki because he wants Yuki to be gone, dead, killed, Yeah, it was a sad thing to see, honestly. So Yuki is not protected only by the Yo clan, but is also protected by the Sveld's Guardian, as the name suggests. So Sveld's Guardian is actually pairs of two people most of the time that they have a strong connection with each other. The first pair that we have is of course Luca and Yuki, which is not exactly as Veil's guardian, just that Luca is now his personal bodyguard or stuff like that. The second pair I was questioning a little, but I had lately watched Vampire Nights, so I was okay with it. It was the Murasame siblings. Yeah, those two. It's not like they had any sexual attraction to each other, but their connection as siblings was way too deep. And I think that the female one felt something bigger towards the male than the male felt towards her. The second pair is actually Ranjo and Usui, and this is actually one of my favorite pairs. I loved that pair better than Luca and Yuki. I was crazy in love with those two, and I really want them to have a happy ending with no freaking problems, which, as it seems, this anime really did not give me that, honestly. It really did not give me that. And I really like those two, how they interact with each other, how that rival lovers to enemies things, even though they had nothing to do with lovers to enemies, they were childhood friends. It's just that because this dude hurt this dude because of his fire, and that he feels responsible, and that bath scene, oh my god, I cannot forget the bath scene. Yeah, my favorite pair of all times, definitely my favorite, I loved it. The next pair is a little bit of complicated, honestly, a very complicated thing. It's between Sen Shiro and Kuroda. The reason that I'm saying that it's very complicated is because Sen Shiro had a previous veiled partner that was killed by this evil opus. Kuroda was actually the new pair and the new one to the Yo clan, even though his power were of course very good and he was very good with everything he was doing, he was still an outsider for the Yo clan. So Kuroda was actually Sen Shiro's partner, the second partner, and the connection you felt between them was like Sen Shiro was trying so hard not to put Kuroda in any kind of danger. He even tried to shut out Kuroda from his life in order not to feel any kind of emotions, towards him, in order not to be hurt again, because he felt that if he's going to get emotionally attached to Kuroda, Sen Shiro is going to feel greater pain if he sees Kuroda again dying. Kuroda of course knew that, and he tried so hard to persuade Sen Shiro that, you know what, I'm going to be here, do not be afraid, everything is going to be fine. So of course then we have the demons, which I really do not remember the names. I just remember that this one, red haired, is one of the most evil ones, and this one is actually in love with Lucas, and that's the basically stuff that I remember. Then we have the lolly bitch that she's always around. I don't know why I have seen a lolly bitch so many times. She's also immortal, but she's a bitch, so of course I do not like those. Yeah, those are actually the opus. And then we have this dude, which I said that he is the childhood friend of Yuki and then become his enemy. He is also together with them. So betrayal knows my name. It can actually mean either for the childhood friend that Yuki had or for Lucas towards the opus. I don't know, because literally we see that Lucas has betrayed the Duras, and we see this dude that 1000 years ago and even more has betrayed the Yo clan. So yes, a mutual betrayal thing. I hope it is. I don't know, I really don't get it. One thing that I really did not like about this was that I did not understand what was going on in the anime when I was watching the anime. I had to find out what the hell was going on when I found information about it. The information was so much 100% very good in order for me to understand what the hell was going on, because literally when I was watching the series I understood nothing. Okay, I had hard time understanding what the hell is going on. I was like, should I understand what the hell is going on? Am I stupid for not understanding? That was one thing that I did not enjoy. Maybe because I was a 13-year-old child that did not really get what the hell was going. But I'm like, I understood what happened in Oragami. It means the anime has something to do with it. I don't have a problem understanding, but just that it was hard time. And maybe the anime really did not do a good job explaining to me what the hell was going on. Also, maybe I was, maybe I was a 13-year-old child that did not really get what the hell was going. But I'm like, I understood what happened in Oragami. It means the anime has something to do with it. I don't have a problem understanding, but just that it was hard time. And maybe the anime really did not do a good job explaining to me what the hell was going on. Also maybe because I was still focused on the beautiful visuals that it has, because I just have to say, me, a creature that went to the anime industry only because she loved, the anime graphics and stuff like that. Yeah, this one I definitely liked. The graphics were just amazing. Also the opening. Guys, the opening was just fine. I loved that opening. But only just because it really did not help me understand what the hell was going on. I really had a hard time watching this, and I'm like, oh, I'm just watching it because it has beautiful graphics. And hopefully someone will explain to me what the hell is going to happen. Like I said, this one was actually my first encounter with yaoi or shonenai, and the reason I said that I am very glad that this was the one, it's simply because the second thing that I watched, it was a yaoi, and I hated that anime. It's called Papaduki's in the Dark for anyone that cares, but I really hated that because it was the worst thing after Boku no Pico that I've watched, and yeah, I'm really glad that it was Urabaku, because simply because of Urabaku, I started to get more interested in the shonen kind of development, shonen ai, characters and histories in mangas and like stuff like that. So yes, thank you Urabaku for actually showing me to the shonen and yaoi community, but honestly, I still have, a bad idea about you because of the awful explanation that happened in the anime. But in total, the anime just has the most amazing art for me. They are just very nice. Long leaves, very cute faces, very shoujoi's, which it is because it is a shoujo kind of anime, even though it is a shonen, it's a shoujo too. Yeah. The history and story actually in this one are very nice, and I am going to read the manga. Yeah, because I believe that the manga is always better than the anime. In very few cases, I believe that the anime is far greater than the manga. Only because the manga is actually the original source of most of the anime. We saw what happens with the original animation. We are not happy about it, are we? Would I recommend it to someone? I have a friend in mind that she would enjoy this, but I will definitely, warn her about the confusing stuff that happened, that you'll be confused and you'll have to be very focused on what you are watching. But in total, she will definitely watch this. All my other friends are not interested to... this is going to sound so racist. Girly stuff, because this is honestly for people that are interested to male romance and drama, so all those attached together. I do not think people that are very into shonen will like this. They wouldn't enjoy this, honestly, they wouldn't. I'm sorry, they wouldn't enjoy this. But my girlfriend will definitely enjoy this. I mean, she is a crazy fan of yaoi and, shonenai, and she loved Given, so probably she will like this too. But all my friends, no, they wouldn't. Would I rewatch it? I wouldn't watch it. I will go read the manga though, but I would not rewatch it. What kind of score would I give it? Honestly, aside from the art and my favorite pair, I really did not like anything else. I hated Yuki's behavior because he was freaking weak in every single thing. I'm like, use your power. Your power can actually heal them and help them a lot. Use your freaking power, because that can actually help them and you will not see Luca or any other of them actually being hurt. So yes, I don't like weak characters, and when a weak MC comes around, a weak MC is literally the one thing that will make me score it lower than it has to be scored. So yes, a 6.5, if I could score it to 6.5. It's a 6.5 for me. I cannot score it other than that. I cannot score the 6 because I feel the animation is very good for me to put the 6, but I cannot put the 7 because I have seen better anime and I have scored it a 7. So yes, I'm sorry. Also, confusing things. If I'm going to watch an anime, I will have to love it. I have to understand what the hell is going on. In this one, even though it had action, yes, it had action, it had some romantic plot, it had the drama, it had the history, if you actually count that as history, past, whatever it was, but just do not confuse me, okay? I did not know that there were 3 levels of devils, of, Duras. If I had not searched for it, I wouldn't even know it, and I wouldn't even know that he's actually your clan. I really don't understand why the hell he was in that clan to begin with, Yuki. So yes, if I did not have to search for it. Half of the things in this anime I wouldn't understand, but the animation is just perfect. I scored it a 6.5 only because of the animation and the opening. All the staff did a very well done job when they're actually showing us what happened in the opening, the animation, the songs were very nice. And the voice actors, of course, they did their job, that was their supposed job. Just if it did not have so many confusing stuff, I would enjoy it much better. Yeah, that's not my only complaint, guys. It's just that it confused me a lot, and I hated Yuki's personality because I hate weak characters, and now that I remember Yuki, which other character is called Yuki, huh? I see why I don't like him. That's why. I'm sorry for that. So this was the end of today's video to Urabaku. Thank you all so much for being here. It means the world to me. I hope to see you guys soon, and it would mean the world to me if I see you guys in the next time. Hope to see you soon. Bye!